So I just want to say hello to anyone that's on with us. I mean, I don't know, I haven't checked. We just got straight into a chat and started riffing and jazzing. But I know there'll be people that will be joining us, and we've got some questions, haven't we, already?
We do have some questions. I'm just looking. We do have some people looking at us. Nobody's put any comments in yet. Oh, sorry, somebody's trying to ring me.
That's Richard. Yeah, Richard. Where are you? You're on stage next. Get on. Get down there.
Yeah, no. I've got things to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with a question for you. Okay.
Oh, great. Okay, fabulous.
Growing your practice products, design your bestseller. So here you go. Apparently, this month's question, she says, is have you really made the best of your product? Really got her thinking, especially when you said people don't care about NLP. So on that note, I'm now a work in progress, following up the learnings from your timeline session. Bearing in mind that people don't care about NLP, what process did you go through to decide what to call yourself and ensure that people succinctly know what you do?
Okay, so there's quite a lot there. I think what we should do is just unpackage a little bit and put a bit of a context around it for those that aren't in the Secret Agents of Change membership group. So this month, the lesson that I did in relation to growing your practice was to do with products, and I called it Designing Your Bestseller, which I know I did it purposefully. Everyone wants to be a best-selling author at the moment. Everyone wants to, and when I say everyone, I know it's a huge gross generalization, but everyone wants to have their authority piece. So I wanted to say that would catch people's attention, because writing a book, as much as it's useful for building authority and building an audience, going into the detail of signing up your clients when they're contacting you is an area which I've seen so many people kind of skim over.
Yeah.
So it's like they concentrate on, right, I got my terms and conditions. Yeah, done that. Spent 20 minutes on that. I've got my consent form. Yeah, I've spent another 10 minutes on that. But there's a whole process at the very beginning when, so imagine this, you've done all this work contacting people, getting their attention, building up an audience, and they come to you. Have you done the best job, designed your bestseller? And in this case, the bestseller is your coaching, okay? It's the coaching that you do.
Yeah.
So have you really designed it to make sure that any calls that you get converted, if they're right for you, by the way, not just every call, but anyone who's a good fit comes in to see you and goes out being a raving client. And what I mean by a raving client, they're just not a lunatic, but a raving advocate for you. You know, they go, oh my gosh, that was amazing. I've got to go and tell everybody. So it's about taking a little bit of time. And I did a timeline exercise, taking people from the end result of somebody having left and had an amazing experience back to when the session was ended. We skipped doing the session, okay, because what happens there? Who knows? You know, that whatever happens in the room, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we looked at so it's like the pre and the post processes for your bestseller, which is your coaching session. Yeah. So that's the pre-frame. That's what we did, and we did two timelines. One as the client. So what would have to be there for them to have a smooth journey? So like, what would an ideal journey be? Would it be if they're ringing, oh, someone actually takes the call? How about that as the concept?
Well, yeah.
Or if they're emailing, someone gets back to them in a good time and follows up, yeah? Or schedules a time. Yeah, what has to be there to make sure they're not having to work unduly. There's no delays. They don't get lost in the process, yeah? And then what has to be there from your perspective? Have you done your best? Have you really designed this to be of service to someone, to make it, you know, smooth and as easy for you and for them? Yeah. So that was the the lesson. Yeah. But I made the point at the very beginning, and I dropped this in when I was saying that to get people in to see you is one of the hardest things. There's a huge investment in time, money, effort in terms of marketing and advertising. So when they arrive, you want to make sure that if they're the right fit, you've got them. Okay. And I just dropped this in as a phrase, really, which must have really resonated with this person. So, and by the way, people just really don't care about NLP.
No, they don't.
What they're interested in is what can you do for them?
Yeah, they want the result. They don't care how you do it. They don't care whether you're going to use NLP or any other process, but specifically.
Yeah.
They just want the result they want.
Yeah, and so that was the question that obviously must have touched a nerve with them. And actually, I think it's a point that became very, very. It became very clear to me. It's probably about 10 years ago that a lot of people, especially in coaching, they get so bogged down with what it is that they're doing and really do forget about what's it doing for the client. Yeah. They talk about being a hypnotherapist. Who cares? Yeah. They talk about being a coach. Who cares? Yeah. Talk about who cares? Yeah. And it came about because someone said to me, "Oh, nobody's booking on." In fact, no, I won't mention names. Someone said, "No one's booking on NLP trainings." Okay. And so again, this was 10 years ago. There's a particular context. Yeah. And I said, "What?" I said, "What? No one?" Oh, well, some people are. Yeah. Okay. But they're not booking on your trainings. This is the conversation I had with someone. I said, no one's booking on my trainings. I said, well, what about the people that are having people book on their trainings? What are they doing? And we explored it a little bit, and they weren't just going NLP trainings. They were framing it completely different.
Yeah, I think people get, one of the mistakes people make in sales is they get bogged down with how wonderful their product is. You need my product. My product can do this, 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 this. They don't actually consider, what does the client need? They're not being of service. They're not solving a problem. The minute you can get out there and explain how you can solve a problem that somebody has, then they'll become really interested in what you've got to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the basis of being of service to people. Sales, building a relationship, and go, I distinguish like marketing and sales. Marketing is woohoo, hello. Yeah. Sales is, and how may I serve you?
Yeah.
How may I be of service to you? And so at no point it's going, look, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I've got. It's about being really curious. How may I serve you? What's your problem? What do you need? Yeah. Well, what do you want and what do you need? And really, we always want to make sure we match what they want, because quite often people don't even know what they need. We might know what they need, but we could be out of rapport by pushing what we need, what we know they need, rather than delivering what they want and then leading them into what's needed.